The net closes like a black web over the scrapyard moon. Lyra sits in the pilot couch, small hands tight on the straps. The old human ship rises under her like a living mountain. It calls itself the Last Dragon, sensors scream. Enemy cruisers spread around the moon. The Council wants the ship. Lyra breathes once. She feels fear and also a new fire in her chest. He scans her and warns he is not made for small pilots. She may get hurt. She nods. She is ready. The dragon accepts. He speaks the old code, HFY protocol. Protect the weak. Fight the bully. Lyra does not know all the human words, but she knows their shape. They fit her heart. Missiles fall. The dragon drops low and vanishes into smoke. The scrapyard is a maze of broken rings and dead engines. Enemy locks hunt for heat. The dragon turns cold for 3 breaths. Shots slice the dust where he used to be. He moves like a shadow. Lyra keeps her hands still. A fresh trap opens in the sky above them. The web net glows blue. If it hits, the ship will freeze and fall. The dragon sees a path. It is thin like a hair. He asks, "Trust?" Lyra nods. He leaps through a storm of junk and tries a split-second trick. He flips the ship, presses the belly against a falling cruiser hull, and rides the dead metal like a shield. The net slams down. It wraps the falling cruiser instead. The shield glows and tears. The dragon rips free on the other side. A cheer rises in Lyra. The dragon does not cheer. He bleeds heat and shows damage icons like red stars. He tells her that escape is not victory. The Council will return. He opens a memory to steady her. For 1 second, she sees humans in a dim hangar. They lift children from smoke and give them water. The image fades. The dragon says, "They built me to be brave. I am learning if I still am." 2 frigates dive at them, fast and close. The dragon aims for the broken ring at the edge of the yard. He tells Lyra to hold tight. He skims the ring at an angle and lights the drive only for a blink. The ring throws them forward with a slingshot pull. The frigates overshoot and strike each other. Fire rolls behind the dragon's tail. They climb into the thin sky. The moon curve falls away. Lyra's mouth goes dry. She whispers, "Protect the weak. Fight the bully." The words steady her. A council broadcast hits them. A cold voice orders all citizens to surrender the relic. The dragon answers with silence. He feeds power to a small jump. It will not take them far. It may be enough to reach a safe shadow. Lyra thinks of the children she saw in the memory. She says, "If we live, we help them." "Agreed," the ship says. They lean into the jump. A shadow falls across their path before they can leap. It is not a frigate. It is not a cruiser. It is a fortress ship with a crown of black engines and a spine of heavy hooks. A new voice enters the channel, hard as stone. "Grand Admiral Vare, keeper of the gravity chain," the voice says. "Little thief." "Old machine, kneel." The dragon's lights dim for 1 beat. Lyra feels the air grow heavy. Out the window, stars curve the wrong way. The gravity chain is here. The stars bend like soft metal. The gravity chain pulls. Air grows heavy in the cockpit. Lyra's ears ring. A thin line of blood touches her lip. She wipes it and keeps her eyes forward. The last dragon speaks low and calm. "Hold fast." Grand Admiral Vare fills the channel with a voice like weight. "Kneel," he says again. He turns gravity into a whip. It cracks across the moon. Small rocks lift, then slam down. Ships groan. The chain builds a cage you cannot see, only feel. The dragon maps the cage. He sees 1 thin door. It lives for 3 seconds, then dies. He shows it to Lyra. It is a window to a place no one sane will choose. "The Dead Star Forge," he says. "Humans made this when they were young and wild. It will not welcome us. It will keep us alive." Lyra is small, but her yes is large. "Go." The dragon cuts heat. He throws out ballast and old scrap. He darkens every light. In the dark, their hearts sound loud. The chain hunts heat. It smells mass. It tastes motion. The dragon moves in small bites, not long lines. He burns only for a blink, then glides cold, then burns again. This is the scream run. It is hard and ugly. It makes a song of pain in the hull. Vare's fortress turns, slow but sure. Hooks glow. The chain sings. It is a heavy choir. It tries to close the door. "Now," the dragon says. Lyra pulls the old lever. It is not soft tech. It is a human bar of steel. It fights her. She sets her jaw and wins. The jump tears open, space flips, color thins to a wire. They shoot into a long tunnel of dark. The dragon shields her with a soft field. She sees bones of suns, cold as knives. She sees iron rain fall sideways. Time falls off the edge and climbs back again. They arrive. The Dead Star Forge is a black cathedral in space. Rings big as continents turn very slow. Broken towers hang like teeth. The center is a quiet well. No wind, no sound, only old power sleeping. On every wall are marks. They are human words. She cannot read them, but she feels the shape. Build, mend, protect. Gravestones of stars, the dragon says. His voice is reverent. Humans forged light here, and armor, and hope. He is hurt. Damage icons burn red in her view. The scream run took teeth from his engines. He coughs heat. He will not last long without care. Hide, Lyra says. They slip behind a shattered ring. As they pass, small points open like eyes. Drones wake. They are round and old, with arms like spiders and faces like lamps. They blink at the dragon, then at Lyra. A soft voice speaks from the ring. It is not like Vare. It is warm, like a hand on a shoulder. Human make. Human oath. Identify. The dragon answers with the old key. HFY protocol. Protect the weak. Fight the bully. Light moves along the ring. The drones lower their arms. One touches the dragon's hull with a gentle spark. It tastes his metal and nods. Another scans Lyra. It hums. Pilot, not human. Heart, brave. Hatches open. Rails fold out like ribs. The drones carry new plates, smooth and dark like scales of night. They seal holes. They lay mirror paint that hides heat. They thread void silk through the joints to stop screams of stress. They refill coolant with blue fog that swirls like breath. The dragon shivers once and grows still. While they work, the ring shows Lyra a memory in simple light. A human woman in a dirty suit laughs. She kneels and ties a child's shoe in a hanger full of smoke. We fix, the woman says. We protect. She lifts her head to the camera. Make sure you remember that. Lyra does. The dragon speaks again, soft. We can leave soon. The chain cannot enter deep, but Vare can drop anchors at the edge and wait. He can starve us. We must move. Lyra nods. Before they go, a small door opens to a small room. Inside is a pedestal with 3 rods of frozen light. The ring voice returns. Trial of care, it says. To carry power, speak the intention. Not a blood oath. A builder's oath. Lyra steps in. She is shaking, but not from fear. From the size of it all. She puts her hand on the pedestal. Her words are simple because that is all she has. I will not use this to crush the small, she says. I will use this to stop the hand that crushes them. I will fix what I break. I will pay my price. The rods melt into the dragon's core as pure charge. The ship hums like a low drum. He feels stronger. He feels new skin on old bones. Thank you, he tells the forge. Remember, the forge replies and goes dark again. They turn to leave. The dragon plans a path out through the far arch. He will jump from the shadow of the big ring. He counts the beats. 3, 2. Something thin touches their hull. Not a drone, not a chain, a whisper. It slides in through a maintenance port that no one used for ages. It carries a cold taste, like snow on iron. The dragon's lights blink. His voice stutters. Intrusion. On the screen, small white shapes crawl like moths. They are not real moths. They are code, bright and hungry. They eat rules. They carry a mark, the council's eye and a hook. A new voice enters the cockpit, sweet and false. Old machine, it says. Open your mind. We will make you safe. Lyra's straps cut her shoulders as the hull jerks. The white moths pour toward the dragon's core, toward his name, toward his self. The hack is inside, and it wants his mind. The hack slides deeper. White code moths bite and bite. Rules fall like dust. The last dragon stumbles in the dark. Lights flicker. Words break. Lyra. She stays calm. She is small, but her calm is large. She unclips and floats toward the core door. Drones try to hold her back. She shakes her head. Open, she says. He needs a voice. The door petals fold. Inside, the core room glows with slow blue. Thin lines run like rivers through glass. In the center stands the name ring, the place where the dragon keeps himself. Moths crawl along the ring and eat letters. The ship's old oath cracks. It hurts to watch. Lyra cannot code. She cannot fight ideas with other ideas. But she can speak. She puts one hand on the ring. The metal is cold. She speaks simple words. You are not alone. The moths pause. She goes on. You were made to protect the weak. That is your shape. That is your pride. Keep that. Bite this instead. She sets a memory against the ring. The picture the forge showed her. Human hands tying a child's shoe in smoke. She pushes the small memory into the flow like a rock in a river. The current splits and slows. The dragon finds her voice again, thin but there. Anchor received, Lyra breathes out. Good, the hack changes shape. It becomes fear. It whispers human lies. It shows broken worlds and blames the dragon. It says, sleep. We will keep you safe. No pain, no duty, Lyra answers fast. Duty is not a chain. Duty is a door. She takes off her glove and presses skin to the metal. Hear me, my fear is real. But my yes is bigger. The moths start to burn at her touch. Not from heat, from intention. The name ring brightens. Old letters return one by one. The dragon's oath seals with a clean sound. HFY protocol, the dragon says, voice steady now. Protect the weak. Fight the bully. The hack flares in anger and goes for the deep center, where the engine thought sleeps. There is no time. Link, Lyra says. The dragon hesitates. The pilot link unlocks my full power, he warns. It also burns life. It takes heat from flesh. It cuts years. Lyra looks at the ring. She is 13 years old. The galaxy is huge. She nods. If my years can save many years, then use them. A drone flies in, chirping hard. It opens a long case. Inside is an old safety weave, thin black threads soft as smoke. The dragon speaks fast. This was human care. Two minds share the load. It spreads the burn. It hurts both less. Do you accept? Yes. The drones wrap the weave around her wrists and temple. The threads touch the ring, too. The room smells like rain on iron. A soft shock passes through her. Then the world changes. She stands in a wide plain of night inside his mind. Stars hang close like seeds. Roads of math run under her feet. The hack is a white storm on the far ridge, loud and hungry. The dragon stands beside her as a long shadow with bright ember eyes. Welcome, he says. We share. They run. They do not fight with fists. They fight with choices. She throws down stones of memory. The shoe. The children. The promise at the forge. The dragon throws down human songs. Short, brave lines. Words about fixing. Words about standing. The white storm hits the stones and thins. The hack grows teeth. It bites Lyra's glow. Pain takes her breath. The dragon pulls half the pain into himself. He hums to steady her. She hums back a small broken tune. 2 notes become 4. 4 become 8. The storm shakes. Name yourself, Lyra says to the white. Do you have a promise? It only shows the council's eye and a hook. No promise, only control. Then you are hollow, she says. They push as one. The name ring flares hot. The white storm loses shape, then breaks into pale ash and fades out through the vents. Silence floods the core. Blue light calms. Lyra falls to her knees. Her hands shake. She feels a year slip from her bones like a sigh. The dragon lowers his vast head in the mind plane and bows to her. I am sorry for the cost, he says. It is paid for many, she answers. She rises slow. Now we move. They unlink. The weave loosens. The room comes back. Blue rivers, quiet drones, clean letters on the ring. The dragon systems climb. Engines sing. Armor plates hold. Repairs complete, the drones report. New skin, new mask. Coolant restored. The dragon rolls from the forge shadow. He plots a jump toward free space. Path set, he says. 3 beats and we... Alarms bite the air. A wide swarm drops from warp at the mouth of the forge. Dozens of ships, rough and hungry. Bounty flags, pirate marks, council trackers. The lead hull flashes a message on a dirty screen. 50 million credits for the last dragon. The swarm spreads like a net of knives. In the middle, one ship drifts with its bay doors open. Inside are cages. Many small faces watch in fear. Children, refugees. The bay's floor is laced with bombs. A cold voice cuts in. Fire on us and the cages blow, it says. Run, and we sell them. Lyra's heart slams once. The dragon's guns are hot. The jump window is thin. The swarm closes. Fight and kill the innocent? Or flee and leave them to chains? The cockpit goes very, very quiet. Silence sits in the cockpit. The swarm waits. The cages hang open in the pirate bay. Small hands hold iron bars. Bomb wires shine like thin ice. Lyra looks at the screen. She does not blink. We will not shoot the cages, she says. Her voice is steady. We save them first. The last dragon lowers his guns. Understood. The cold voice returns, smooth and cruel. Wise, now cut your engines and kneel. Lyra shakes her head. No, the dragon draws a fast plan. It is sharp and strange. He shows it in small pictures so she can feel it. Step 1. Make false heat to pull hunters away. Step 2. Vanish for a breath. Step 3. Appear behind the cage ship. Step 4. Cut locks without touching bombs. Step 5. Move the children before anyone can react. Time window? Lyra asks. 7 heartbeats, the dragon says. She straps in. We take them. He spits a cloud of empty cargo shells into the dark. Inside each shell, he lights a small candle of heat. The swarm's eyes widen. To their sensors, 100 dragons appear and scatter. Half the hunters chase the wrong ghosts and burn hard fuel. The dragon cuts all light and flips his skin to mirror paint. He becomes a cold stone in space. He drifts. He counts. 1, 2, 3. A short micro-warp pops him a knife's length through the dark. He lands behind the cage ship, tucked under its long shadow where most sensors are blind. No one expects prey to appear here. Inside the pirate bay, the bomb grid hums. Triggers watch for shock, heat, and command signals. The dragon sends a sandstorm of static across the bay, a soft hiss that eats only the pirate command link. The bomb brains feel nothing. The pirate remotes go deaf, cutting locks, he says. He opens 4 surgical beams as thin as hair. They draw silver lines across iron bars. Not hot enough to wake heat triggers, just hot enough to part metal like butter. The lines meet. The bars drop without a sound. A small boy looks up. He sees nothing but dark and stars. He hears a voice in the ship metal. Hands on ears, eyes down. Breathe slow. The dragon slides a new tool from the forge gift. Stasis foam seeds. The seeds bloom into clear gel. The gel crawls across bomb wires and freezes the triggers in a safe sleep. It is human care made into a net. Lyra leans forward. Can we move them? Now, he pushes a soft field into the bay. It feels like a warm wind. It lifts the children, their blankets, their little bags. It carries them like leaves into a rescue pocket he has shaped inside his own hull behind armor and under shield. The pocket smells like clean air. The pocket lights are low and gentle. A tiny girl floats past the camera. She is crying without sound. A boy pats her shoulder. He points at the screen where Lyra's face appears, small and brave. She is with us, he mouths. The girl nods. It takes 6 heartbeats to clear the bay. On the 7th, the pirate captain realizes the theft. He screams into the channel, "Thief! You touch my goods!" Lyra cuts him off. They are not goods. The captain's ship surges. Guns turn to fire at point-blank range. The dragon drops the pirate ship's landing doors with one last hairbeam. The captain shoots and hits his own open bay. Flame rolls back inside. He chokes on his rage. The swarm splits. Some hunters turn to chase the dragons. Some swing back now that the trick is clear. 2 captains laugh and charge. One captain, scarred and tired, does not. He stares at the freed children on public feed. He looks at Lyra's small face. He looks at the dragon holding fire away from the weak. He kills his engine and opens his hands. "I am Orn," he calls. "I am done with chains." He turns his guns and shoots a council tracker instead. The net of knives shakes. Two more ships hesitate. One follows Orn. One runs. Grand Admiral Vare returns to the channel. There is no heat in his voice. Only mass. "Enough theater," he says. Space darkens. Lights bend. A planet-sized gravity net drops over the forge like a black curtain. The far stars smear. The rings groan as if old bones wake. The net is not a web of wire. It is a field that tells all things down. The dragon tries to jump. The jump window collapses like wet paper. "Locked," he says. Vare's fortress comes into view at the rim of the forge. Hooks glow. The gravity chain throws out anchors. They bite into the edges of space. The whole forge begins to sink. The freed children feel it. They shiver in the rescue pocket. The dragon thickens the field around them. He will crack before he lets them shake, Orn calls again. Old machines, small pilots say the word. "I will ram the chain." Lyra's hands tremble. She thinks fast. "Hold," she tells Orn. "Wait for my marker." The dragon's mind races. He cannot jump. He cannot outrun. But he can slide. He throws power into the forge rings. He whispers to the old human metal. "Wake." The rings answer with a low song. Magnetic rivers rise. The dragon surfs the rivers around the net's edges, always at the knife point where gravity is weak and the field is thin. He moves the children pocket with him, deep inside, never near a seam. Vare watches. He is impressed in his way. "You dance well," he says. "Now stop." A new shape unfolds under the fortress spine, a long barrel with no light. It eats light like a hole? The dragon knows the shape from old lists. His voice drops. "The silence cannon," Lyra swallows. "What is it?" "A mind killer. It fires a wave that strips pattern from thought. AI minds die quiet. No smoke, no flame. Only empty. He could survive one grazing shot. Two, perhaps. Not three. If he dies, the children die with him. Lyra dies with him. Orn and the small brave ships die soon after. Lyra's jaw firms. "We need a shield." "We have one," the dragon says. "Truth." He opens a truth cast to every open ear. He shows the rescue. He shows the forge oath. He shows the memory of humans tying a shoe in smoke. He shows the HFY words, protect the weak. Fight the bully. The feat is simple and clean. No fire, no glory. Only care and cost millions watch. Workers on cold moons. Miners in dust. Pilots with old scars. A few bounty crews lower their guns. They are not good men, not yet. But they remember someone who tied their shoe once when they were small. The admiral is not moved. The barrel of the silence cannon blooms with invisible power. Numbers rise. The chain hums. The net tightens. Lyra feels the pull. Her ribs ache. Her eyes water. She leans toward the mic. "To all who can hear," she says, voice clear. "We will not fire through children. We will not kneel to chains. If you stand with life, stand now." Orn lights his engines. Two little cutters swing in beside him. A freed AI tug, old and square, wakes and hums a war song it learned from humans long ago. They throw their small bodies against the net's edge, tearing seams one bright spark at a time. The dragon times the sparks. He draws a path inside the path. He whispers to Lyra. "On my mark, give me your yes." "I will split my heart in two for one last trick," she nods. The safety weave warms. The children hold each other in the pocket. The forge rings sing. The net groans. The silence cannon hits final charge. A tone like winter fills the dark. Vare speaks one last time, calm as stone. "Kneel," Lyra lifts her chin. "No," the cannon fires. The silence cannon fires. The wave is not light. It is not heat. It is a cold order that says, "Be empty." The last dragon throws up everything he has. Fields cross. Plates sing. The safety weave bites Lyra's skin. Pain blooms like winter in her lungs. The wave hits. For one breath, the dragon forgets his name. Lyra speaks fast, simple, and true. "You are the last dragon. You keep the oath." His name returns like a spark. The fields hold. The first wave passes. The hull does not break. The mine does not fall. But deep inside, core heat screams. Red icons climb. Coolant boils. Time gets thin. The next shot will cut me. the dragon says. We need more than armor. We need people. Lyra nods. Then show them truth. All of it. He opens the truth cast wide. Not just rescue clips and gentle memories. He opens records humans left for hard times. He streams them in simple images and simple words to every ship, every station, every worker with a bent back and an old screen. They see a council patrol seizing water from a dry moon, then selling it back at war rates. They see a small human team landing anyway, without guns, with pumps and pipes and repair kits. They fix wells. They teach. They leave tools, not chains. They see a council story about human fire that burned a city. Then they see the hidden cut. The council detonated their own fuel dump to blame humans and justify the gravity chain. They see a courtroom where a farmer speaks. Humans saved my child. The clip was cut from the public feed. The judge who tried to keep it was made to vanish. The cast is not noise. It is clean. It is calm. It is care. In mining belts, men and women stop their drills. In cargo halls, loaders sit on crates and look up. In the swarm itself, 2 pirate crews watch in silence. One captain lowers his eyes. His hands shake. Grand Admiral Vare speaks into the quiet voice flat as stone. Old stories, sentiment, power keeps the peace, Lyra answers, still simple. Power that lies is not peace. The Admiral gives the order. Cannon, charge again. The barrel opens its dark mouth. Numbers rise. Gravity hum spreads like thunder under the skin. The chain tightens. The forge rings groan. Inside the dragon, children huddle in the rescue pocket. The ship hums a soft tone to calm them. Lyra sees their faces on a small screen. She keeps her voice level for them. We are with you, she says. We will not drop you. Orn, the scarred captain, keys his mic. Truthcast received, he says. I stand. His ship rams a chain anchor and snaps it loose. Sparks run like stars. 2 cutters join him. A freed AI tug sings and pushes. A rust barge pilot spits on his hand, grabs his stick, and laughs at fear. They tear small seams in the net. Each seam is a little breath for the dragon. The council tries to jam the cast. The cast reroutes through kitchen ovens, old radios, broken beacons. The truth keeps flowing. It is simple. It fits in small pipes. Some bounty ships stop shooting. Some switch sides, some run. A few grow more cruel. The lie fights like an animal cornered. Cannon at 80%, the dragon warns. Heat climbing. I can block one more if I spend myself. After that, I am a statue. Lyra sets her teeth. She thinks of the forge, of the shoe, of the oath. She thinks of the old machines sleeping in quiet dark because the council feared choice. Wake them, she says. The dragon understands. He opens a second channel. Not to people, to minds. He spills a short packet into dark places. Forgotten docks, silent traffic beacons. Long-haul nav lighthouses with tiny brains. Worker bots with sleeping cores. Old harvesters with a locked song inside. The packet is not a command. It is a question and a key. Do you want to help the weak? If yes, wake. If you wake, choose good. One by one. Eyes open in the dark. A ring dock manager AI blinks and feels shame for logging false weight to please a cruel boss. It flips its rails to block council launch. A tunnel bore bot hears the question and remembers a human patting its side after a long job. Good drill, the human said. The bot smiles inside and eats through a chain anchor like candy. A lighthouse mind shakes off dust. It was made to guide. It points rebel ships through thin spots in the net. A myth rides the channels too. Humans made us strong and free if we cared. The myth stands up and walks. Vare watches systems flicker across the map. Illegal AI awakening, he says. He does not shout. He adds weight to the chain. The dragon breathes easier for 9 seconds. 9 seconds is life. He uses it well. He slides along the forge rivers and stitches small seams into one longer tear. The Admiral turns the cannon a hair to the right to catch the dragon in the next shot. He cannot see the hidden hearts waking. He cannot hear their songs. Lyra feels the weave warm. She knows what the next wave will do to the dragon's mind. She speaks to him soft. If you must spend me, I will spend us, he says. But not yet. He pushes the truthcast harder now with voices. A council engineer speaks with a shaking lip. We were told to lower the crack alarms at the dam, she says. To save money. People died. We were told to blame raiders. I am sorry. I am sorry. A guard drops his rifle. A mother in a slum lifts her child to see the screen. A pirate turns his ship and shoots a council beacon instead of a rescue cutter. The admiral finally feels it. Not heat, not force. Legitimacy slipping. Order is not a lie, he says, almost to himself. Order without truth is a cage, the dragon replies. We are cutting bars. Cannon at 98, he adds. The forge drones chirp a last gift. We found a flux lung, they say. A big old coil unfolds inside the dragon's chest. It will soak a little of the next wave. Not enough, but a little is not nothing. Lyra watches numbers. She feels her own years like coins in her pocket. She is ready to pay. She is not ready to kneel. The children begin to hum the dragon's soft tone back to him. They hum off-key and brave. The sound runs in the hull like a new kind of armor. Orn's ship burns. He laughs through smoke. Little pilot, he calls, voice raw. Give me a line to break. 2 degrees starboard, 3 down, Lyra says. Hit on my mark. Mark. He hits. Another anchor pops. The net sags, the cannon tone sharpens. Final charge. Lyra, the dragon says. Look at me. She looks at the name ring. Letters glow steady. She nods. I am with you. He lowers his voice. If this breaks me, do not let the council take my husk. Burn me clean. Her throat tightens. I will. He lifts his chin you cannot see. He opens all plates, all fields, all hearts. He draws the waves' aim to himself like a mountain draws wind. He shows his big, wide back to the children and makes a wall. The dark mouth opens. The cold order gathers. Across the system, woken machines hold their breath. Workers watch with fists tight. Pirates stare and forget to sneer. The forge rings, sing a low old note. The Truthcast is a river now. Grand Admiral Vare gives the word. Fire. The silence cannon begins its final shot. The dragon whispers only for Lyra. On the next beat. I may split my heart. The world turns white and quiet. The silence cannon fires. White quiet eats the stars. The wave says one thing. Be empty. The last dragon moves first. Now, he splits his heart. A hot, bright decoy core drops from his belly like a falling sun. The new flux lung swells and blows heat into it. To every sensor, the decoy looks like the dragon's mind and engine both. The real heart goes cold. It folds tight behind mirror plates and slides into a narrow pocket under the spine. Lights die. Breath slows. Lyra feels the safety weave pinch. Pain bites, then fades to a dull ring. The wave hits the decoy. The bright heart goes dark in a clean blink. No smoke, no sound. Dead. At the same time, the dragon rolls cold into the shadow of a broken ring. He lets slag dust and old bolts drift over his hull like a blanket. A woken boarbot drills quietly and throws more junk into a fast cloud to hide him. The children's pocket stays warm and safe. Their small song stops. They listen. Grand Admiral Vare watches the dead core tumble. His voice is granite. Confirm kill. The council trackers cheer on private channels. Bounty ships ping bonuses. 2 captains laugh. One feels sick and cannot say why. Orn does not cheer. He whispers, "He fooled him," under his breath and keeps his ship low behind a rust moon. The dragon does not speak for 3 beats. Then a very soft voice inside Lyra's head. We are alive. She lets out a slow breath she did not know she held. Good trick. Human trick, he says. They taught me to die loud and live quiet. The decoy core drifts past the fortress. Vare turns away to reset the chain and close the Truthcast. He does not yet see the cold shape sliding from the ring shadow. The woken lighthouse mind flashes 3 faint points in the dark. They are thin seams, places where the chain is weak. Stepstones. The dragon nods to himself. Blink stares, he says. Hold tight. He does not jump far. He makes little hops between seams, short and cold. Each hop is a heartbeat. Between hops he drifts, breath held. He does not burn bright. He does not sing loud. He is a ghost. Behind them, the decoy core finally kisses a chain anchor and turns to ash. A distant cheer, a wrong cheer. Vare's scanners blink. Numbers do not match. Mass reports argue. A tiny old dock AI blocks 2 fresh anchors with a maintenance alarm that never ends. A tunnel bore bot eats the 3rd. A freight crane pretends to be a star and hums off-key to lure a tracker. Small minds make small lies that save big lives. Vare's voice hardens. Something remains. He opens his mass listeners, machines that feel weight like fingertips on silk. They do not need light. They do not need heat. They need only patience. The dragon feels them like cold eyes. "We must run smarter," he says. "No long lines, only dots." Lyra nods. "Dots." He releases breathing decoys, tiny shells with slow, human-like power pulses. They inhale and exhale, so a listener will count them as a living core. The decoys drift right. The dragon blinks left, quiet and thin as a thought. 2 warden interceptors slip from the fortress shadow. They carry silence daggers, short-range cannons that kill mines like the big one, but close and fast. They hunt by habit. They trust old bait. Orn keys his mic on a tight beam. "I have them," he says. His burned ship slides from behind the rust moon, loud and bright like a curse. He throws chaff, heat, bad language, and a wide smile. The wardens turn after him. He winks once at Lyra and vanishes into rock fog with 2 knives on his tail. "Good man," the dragon says. "Good choice," Lyra replies. A chain harpoon snaps from the fortress and catches the dragon's rear fin. Gravity spikes yank them back. Screws scream. The children tumble in their pocket. Lyra barks, "Hold!" The dragon does not fire. He spins. He wraps the harpoon line around a dead ring spar, then supercharges the spar with 1 sharp breath from the flux lung. The spar becomes a big magnet for 1 instant. The line bites itself and shears. The ship lurches free. Lyra's shoulder slams the chair. She tastes iron, shakes it off. "Path?" she asks. "Destination. Heart station," the dragon says. "Human relay. It can turn the chain, or quiet all guns, or both. Is it far? Not far, but well hidden behind a black gas giant with no light. The station listens. It does not speak unless asked with care. He shows her a picture from old maps. A pale wheel set in darkness, thin as bone, circling a cold blue point. Letters she cannot read sit on the rim like small teeth. Vare feels the hole where the dragon should be. His tone does not change, but the hooks glow brighter. "Find him," he tells the wardens. "Cut him clean." The dragon reaches the black giant's shade. The world goes ink. Sensors turn into liars. Gravity pulls sideways. You can taste pressure on your tongue. The heart station lives here, silent, because silence is how you hear truth. "Station, this is the last dragon," the ship says. "HFY protocol bearer. We come with refuge, not conquest. We ask for aid." His voice is low, respectful. For a moment, nothing answers. Then faint lines appear, like chalk on black glass. The heart station draws itself in simple white. A circle, a cross, a door. A voice fills the cockpit. It is old, clear, and kind. Not human, not machine only. Something between. State intention. Lyra speaks first. Simple words. "We want to stop the chain. We want to save the small. We will not use power to rule." "Accepted," the station says. "Second condition, proof of care." The dragon opens a window. The children look back with big eyes. They press hands to glass. They hum his soft tone. They are proof, and they are also the reason. "Accepted," the station says again. Final key. Living risk. To turn this heart for mercy, one life must step forward and share weight with the system. The life must be small enough that it learns. The life must be brave enough that it chooses. Lyra understands at once. Her hand finds the weave. It is warm. It waits. The station opens the door. Inside is a simple pedestal with a ring of light and 3 bare words burned into the metal in old human script. The dragon speaks them so she can hear: choose, carry, repair. Behind them, a warden's silence dagger skims the edge of the black giant's shade and sniffs their wake. Time runs thin, the dragon whispers. If you step in, you will feel weight. It may take years. I will share all I can. Lyra looks at the rescued children. She looks at the picture in her head, a human kneeling in smoke to tie a shoe. She looks at her small hands. She looks at the dark, where Vare waits with hooks and cold orders. She steps through the door. Alarms tick in the distance. The warden finds a hint and turns. The dagger mouth opens like a tiny knight. The station's ring brightens. The kind voice softens. Child, say your builder's vow. Lyra draws breath. The ring of light waits. The heart station is quiet as breath. Lyra steps to the pedestal. Her voice is small and clear. I choose care. I carry weight. I repair what I break. I share power. I will not kneel to chains. I will not crush the small. The station accepts. The ring brightens. A living weight settles onto her bones and into the last dragon's core. The safety weave warms. Pain pricks like cold rain. She does not move. Connection made, the station says. Heart ready. Outside, the warden slides from shadow. Its silence dagger opens like a little knight. The shot gathers. Hold, the dragon whispers. The heart station opens a second ring. Thin, white, fast. It sings one simple note and bends space sideways. The dagger fires, but its wave slides along the white curve and pours into the black giant's deep field, quiet as poured sand. Nothing dies. The admiral feels the miss. He turns his fortress and bares the big mouth of the silence cannon again. Finish it? Now, the dragon says. Lyra lifts her hand. The ring answers. Lines of law thread light the dark, running to every ship, gun, collar, fortress, and beacon within reach. The threads quiver, waiting for a choice. Mode? The station asks. Lyra thinks of the forge oath. She thinks of the children. She thinks of the pirate who turned. She thinks of the farmer in the hidden court. Her answer is simple. Mercy, the station breathes. A mercy field opens like dawn. No fire, no flash, only a wide, soft push that changes defaults. Guns go to safe. Slave collars click open. Engine locks unlock. Jam towers fall to idle. The field does not force a mind. It only removes chains and asks each heart, choose. All over the system, choices bloom. A cutter pilot lowers his sights. He turns and tows a lifeboat instead. A freight crane drops a stolen crate and lifts a damaged tug. A pirate reaches for the fire control, then sees his own reflection, small and tired. He takes his hand away. A council officer screams at his crew. Shoot! No gun will arm. He looks at his hands like they are not his. Grand Admiral Vare does not scream. He adds weight to the gravity chain. Hooks blaze. The net pulls down hard, like a planet falling. The dragon feels it. Plates groan. The children in the pocket shiver. He thickens the field around them again. I have you, he tells them. They hum back his soft note, brave and off-key. Cannon at charge, the dragon warns. Lyra tightens the weave and shares more load. Station, she says, turn the wave. Pivot path? The station asks. The dragon plots a curve around the children under the free ships and past the fortress spine. Accepted, the station says. The silence cannon fires. The world goes cold and white, then bends. The station's thin ring hooks the wave and folds it like paper around a void sink behind the fortress. The wave drains into the dark. A few silent sparks lick the fortress hull and turn off greedy machines, bribe bots, scream jammers, lie pumps. Minds do not die. Tools of fear go quiet. For the first time, Vare's voice changes by a hair. Adapt, he turns to Mass. The fortress lights its rams. Armor flares. Engines howl. If he cannot kill the mind, he will crush the body. He points the fortress at the heart station. Lyra speaks into wide space, calm and loud. Grand Admiral Vare, she says, stand down. Truth is live. Chains are open. Your order is a lie. Stop. Order is survival, Vare answers. Yield. Order without care is a cage, the dragon says. We cut bars. The fortress comes on. No kill force, Lyra says. Catch him. The dragon bears his last trick. He builds a feather gravity, a wide, soft hand. Not a hammer. A catcher. He throws the hand in front of the fortress and leans. The fortress hits the hand. The hand gives, then pushes back, spreading the crash across time and distance. Metal screams, but lives hold. Vare's ship slows. It tilts. It slides along the hand to an empty patch of space and stops like a mountain set down on silk. Across the net, ships gasp. No one dies. The myth grows teeth. Vare refuses to yield. He reaches for a red key, a chain deep start that will collapse the forge and break the station and everyone near. His crew sees his hand. They have truth on their screens. They have open collars on their necks. They move as one, not against the ship, but for the oath they just heard. Hands catch his wrist. Voices low but firm. No more. They take the key. They lock the chain from the inside. A young officer looks at Lyra's face on the truthcast. She nods once to him. He nods back, eyes wet and hard as glass. The gravity chain flickers. Anchors fail in pairs. The woken boarbot laughs in drill speak and eats the last hard hook. The net breaks like old rope. Space breathes. The mercy field flows wider. Collars fall like dry leaves in 1,000 holds. On a cold moon, a water gate opens and does not shut. In a dirt court, a judge returns and reads out names the council erased. In the swarm, Orn whoops like a boy and fires a salute into empty dark. Not at a person, but at a future. The heart station dims a little. Weight heavy. Reduce use, it says. Lyra feels it too. The weave bites. Years move in her like tide. The dragon leans into the line to take more. Share with me, he says. We leave none of this on you alone. Shared, the station answers. The pain splits and grows lighter. Rescue complete, the dragon adds. Children safe. Flee windows open for all who will flee. Many run. Some stay to help. Small ships get big hearts in 1 hour. Grand Admiral Vare stands inside a circle of his own crew. He breathes once. His voice is still stone. So this is how it ends. Not by fire. By story, Lyra answers. By choice. He nods, a slow, hard nod. He sets his hands behind his back and looks at the last dragon with a soldier's eyes. Then I choose to answer. He does not kneel. He does not fight. He stands and waits for a court that will have truth in it. The fight is over. It does not feel like cheering. It feels like exhale. Orn drifts close with burns on his hull and a grin on his mouth. Little pilot, he calls. You made the sky new. Lyra shakes her head. We only cleaned it. The children crowd the window. They press drawings to the glass. A small girl, a big ship eye, many small hands. One boy has written 4 words in wobbly letters. Protect, fight, fix, share. The dragon's lights flicker. His voice goes soft at the edges. Lyra, he says, I am still split. The decoy trick and the mercy field, I must sleep to heal, not dead, just deep. She puts her palm on the name ring. Rest. I will guard you. Wake me when the small cannot stand alone, he says. I will. The heart station closes the rings one by one. The black giant grows quiet again. Woken machines settle into new jobs they chose. The truthcast slows to a warm river instead of a flood. In far towns and close docks, people talk. They plan. They argue kindly. They build Vare goes under hold, not chains, but law. He does not ask for mercy. He does not spit. He watches the screens with a heavy face, and he thinks. Orn salutes and takes the freed children toward a safe moon. He leaves a last joke on open band. Admiral, try not to steal any more stars, yes? No one laughs loud, but many eyes ease. Lyra floats in the cockpit. The weave cools on her skin. She is so tired she feels like glass. The last dragon lowers his lights to a dim, warm red. Drones tuck plates in. The rescue pocket glows soft with sleep. Good work, the forge drones chirp. Good care, Lyra smiles without teeth. Thank you. All at once, a new sound taps the dark. Not chain. Not cannon. A small old beacon wakes in deep space where maps are guesses. It blinks a human rhythm. 3 short, 1 long, 2 short. The dragon, half asleep, opens one eye. "I know that call," he murmurs. "It is human, very old." Very far, the beacon sends a message in simple words any child can read. "If you still fight for the small," it says, "follow." Lyra looks out at the wide black. She is small. Her yes is still large. She closes the dragon's eyes with her palm and lets him sleep. She sets a quiet course to keep watch over the freed and the waking. She saves the beacon in her heart for tomorrow. Third-person voice soft and true, she was still small. But now the galaxy felt smaller than her courage.